Good morning, Spark friends. It's Wednesday, so it's time for another one of our super fun Spark stories. Today, I want to share with you a story about the true meaning of Christmas. And this is a story called It Really Said Christmas. And it's about a family that lives in Mississippi, and what they like to do every Christmas is drive around looking at all of the wonderful Christmas lights in their town. And this story is written and illustrated by the same person. Her name is Laurie Parker. I hope y'all enjoy the story as much as my girls always did. Okay. There's something my family does once a year that brings us together and fills us with cheer. A Christmas tradition in which we all share is riding around looking at lights everywhere. It's always a treat when we pile in the car and drive around looking at homes near and far. Yard decorations and greenery and lighting can transform our town into something exciting. We marvel at festive displays that are done. We vote on our favorites. We really have fun. We carried on this year with that same routine, and there were some grand Christmas sights to be seen. There are in our town, too. I hope y'all have had a chance to go riding around Henderson and look, too. Okay, here's the first house that they see. A house one street over from us was real bright. Everything on it was outlined with light. The roof and the windows, the railing, the doorway. Stringing them up must have been quite a chore. These folks had the spirit, and it really showed. It really said Christmas, the way their house glowed. The very next home that we slowed down to see had lights that were flung in a crepe myrtle tree. A chicken wire reindeer was standing beneath. Their door had red foil and a big fancy wreath. Some neighbors just on the next block had worked hard. They'd stationed their boat right smack dab in their yard. And propped up inside was a fat, joyful soul, Santa Claus holding a cane fishing pole. Santa gone fishing, it's really a hoot. It really said Christmas, because it was so cute. And look, Santa's fishing with a candy cane. Wonder what kind of fish he'll catch with that. The next house is where Mama cried, "Look at those! Someone has simply gone wild with red bows." It seemed there were bows everywhere there could be. The columns, the mailbox, the trunk of a tree. Bows on a bird bath, a golf cart, a gate. My dad counted 30. I got 28. A large, happy snowman that moved side to side was one of the highlights of this season's ride. Beside a magnolia, it swayed to and fro. A speaker nearby played the song, "Let It Snow." A mechanized snowman was such a delight. It really said Christmas, all merry and bright. Ooh, I like this one. Isn't that tree pretty? And look at their stockings. A stylish estate is the place where we saw a breathtaking sight, which we stared at in awe. The curtains were open to show off a tree. We oohed and we awed. It was something to see. Fully adorned and at least 10 feet tall, this tree was a vision enjoyed by us all. My tree's not that tall. He's cute. Not too far from there, just a couple of blocks, we spotted a colorful Jack-in-the-Box. A bold neon character giving a wink. It blinked on and off, red and green, blue and pink. Now you might recognize this house from the front cover of the book. We stopped by a well-landscaped lot to enjoy a gingerbread house and a gingerbread boy, with glittering candy canes stuck in the ground and twinkling white lights in the trees all around. This charming arrangement was holiday art. That really said Christmas to children at heart. And I agree, that is holiday art. These are pretty. At the house on the corner of Main Street and 3rd, I saw something lovely and learned a new word. The small paper sacks were set out in a row. A candle lit up each one and made it glow. They're called luminaries, my sister explained. She said they stayed put because of sand they contained. I liked how they flickered. I liked how they glimmered. They really said Christmas, the way they all shimmered. These are cute. In one subdivision, we got a big kick. We saw him a second time, good old Saint Nick. And you'll never guess what was pulling his sled. Not a reindeer, but 8 pink flamingos instead. I think that's so creative. And here's another one that's cute. Another amusing display we took in was a huge wooden cow with a whimsical grin. It really said Christmas. Do you wonder how? He wore reindeer antlers. Of all things, a cow. People think of the darndest things. A resident right up the road was decked out with garlands of green neatly draped all about. Some people had fun doing this, you could tell. They trimmed an old pickup truck parked there as well. It looked very festive, like cedar and holly. It really said Christmas because it was so jolly. Set out on the side screened-in porch we passed by, a tree with gold ornaments captured my eye. The porch swing beside it could also get stares, for it was jam-packed full of dolls and stuffed bears. Now, with all those stuffed bears, that could be Mary Margaret's tree. A place that was one of the most splendid sights was done up completely in icicle lights. They sparkled like crystal. They made the house nice. It shone like a magical palace of ice. This glistening showcase could dazzle a crowd. It really said Christmas. It said it real loud. I love icicle lights. We headed back then, our sightseeing done. We'd seen great displays and we'd liked every one. But now we were thinking of getting home quick, where we'd have hot chocolate all frothy and thick. Those wee little marshmallows make it so sweet. They cap off our ride every year with this treat. The thought made us eager. Please hurry, we cried. So Dad took a shortcut he hadn't tried. The outdated section of town we went through had small, modest dwellings, not showy or new. But cutting through there made our tour complete because of one thing that we saw near the street. There was on the lawn in this old neighborhood, we saw a small manger scene made out of wood. We paused and we gazed at the simple display, just plain plywood figures and straw and pine straw for hay. The street light nearby cast a soft, gentle glow on Mary and Joseph and Jesus below. It wasn't electric or flashy or bright. It didn't have colors that lit up the night. And yet, although humble and homemade and small, it really said Christmas. Most clearly of all. The end. It said Christmas most clearly of all because Christmas is about God's love for us in Jesus Christ that came down from heaven in the baby Jesus right here, with Mary as his mother and Joseph as his father and the angel in the air. They're all around the manger worshiping the baby Jesus because that's what Christmas is all about. I have a manger scene in my office too, friends, and it reminds me throughout the Advent season to keep Jesus first in my mind. We're racing around trying to decorate our houses and look at pretty Christmas lights, and all that is super fun. But this, my friends, is the real meaning of the season. So I hope y'all will remember that this Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your families. I love you all so much. And I will see you back here in the new year. Until then, see you soon and keep reading. Bye.